Well, here we are on another Saturday. Nice day today. It's supposed to have been raining, but it's not. It's fairly warm. 81 degrees out. I retract that statement. It's not fairly warm, it's hot outside. I got the air set on 66 in here, and it's cooler in the house than it is out here. But I don't want to turn it down because I don't want to listen to the air blow. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. What's up, Paxton? We have been running around this weekend like a chicken with her heads cut off. And then today I finally did get a nap in because I got up extremely early this morning. Went to bed late, got up very early. Not for any particular reason. It just happens sometimes. Y'all know my sleep schedule goes goofy. What's up, Jeffrey? Good to see you, buddy. Hope y'all doing well. Hey, we got 4 people so far. There's Paul Kelly. I seen it. I seen them videos, Paxton. I didn't figure it'd take much to get it running. Probably just change the gas, prime it, and fire it up. It's just been sitting for a long time. But we wound up going to a little local rodeo last night. Yeah, I think it was last night. It needed a diaphragm. William, what's up, buddy? You in Anchorage? Oh, that sounds like fun. I'd like to be up there myself. I would like to be up there myself. Oh, mercy. Hope everybody had a good week. I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Like I said, they got a little local rodeo close by. Some of our friends invited us to go, and we went over there, and it's a small local event for charity, but we went and watched it last night. It was actually pretty good. Joey, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. There's Ralph. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Zachary. Hope everybody's doing good. Oh, look, y'all. One thing I did get the other day, I got me a new cross. Look. I wanted, this one's thinner. The other one it stuck way out, and sometimes the youngins would put their head down on it and it'd hit them in the head and hurt them. So I got this one. I know it looks expensive, but it's not. It was like $13. It's a big one too. I mean, that's right. Amen on the cross. Can't wait to do a cutting video with you. That's right. Me and Paxton's going to do a cutting video sometime or another. He got that. What are we calling that thing, Paxton? Somebody told me it was $895 when I got it, but it's like a 181 or something gear drive. Had to work today. Now I'm taking Uber to meet up with the wife at an event. A Christian Mr. T. That's right. He's something else, ain't he? 182, Paxton says. Y'all going to have a good time, Joey? Mr. T, he's something else. I've listened to some of his preaching. He really shares the gospel hard. Oh, mercy. Yeah, we've been, come on, air conditioning. Make up your mind. You either need to run or you don't. This air conditioning's got a thermostat on it. It acts a little goofy. What's up, Kurt? How you doing, buddy? We're doing pretty good. Yeah, look for it, William. He does some. I don't know if it might not exactly be called preaching, and maybe it's just evangelizing, but he spreads the gospel and he does a good job at it too. He breaks it down for people. Trying to think if I had it. I don't really have a whole lot of news. Do you think you could contact the guy about the bar for the 180? I don't remember his name, Paxton. That's why I hadn't done it. I don't remember exactly who sent it to me. So if you're watching this and you're the fella that I got the 182 gear drive from, and you still got that bar and chain, holler at me. Paxton got it running yesterday. He was wanting to get after it, so I let him do it. He's a young man that likes working on them, so I stuck with him so he could work on it. He got it running, fired up, sent me a video of it. So we're going to make a cutting video with it sometime or another. I'm going to have to get a log, though. I don't think there's anything on the ground. Might have some of my buddies bring me a log and drop it in the yard. I gotta finish cleaning the yard up. Thought about trying to find me a used skid steer I could get relatively cheap so I could clean this place up. And then in the event of us having an event somewhere, I can use it to run the event as well. I'd like to have a brand new one, but I ain't paying that kind of money for a piece of equipment. Of course, I don't have that kind of money anyway. Yeah, Billy. Hey, Hopper, what's up on with the wild thing saw? We made a video of it. Me and Jake made a video of it on TikTok a couple months back. It acted a little goofy. It did run, but it acted a little goofy. And we ain't really fooled with it much anymore since then. There's something wrong with it, and I've torn it apart several times trying to figure out what it is, and I just ain't figured it out. What's up, Jonathan? How you are? Hey, that fit right on there. That'll make me a little handle go on there. My wireless bill is ready to view. Okay. AT&T keeps sending me messages that my phone bill is ready. Oh, mercy. I'm good now. That's right. Was you sick, Jonathan? Larry, I was here last weekend. You were not. Talking to you, Larry. Yeah. It was running good on the last YouTube video. Yeah, it does that. I don't know what it does. It just does silly stuff sometimes. Some days it runs good, some days it does not. Larry said I missed a few. That's right. That's okay, Larry. I'm just picking on you. East Coast, what's up, buddy? Yeah, the 182 takes a 1/2-inch chain. I have a 20 on it now, but would prefer to put a longer bar on it. I'd look and see where I do have some longer bars here too, Paxton, that we might throw on it. I think I've got a 24. Fred, what's up, buddy? I got a chain. Well, I had a chain right there. Where did it go? It's hanging over here now, apparently. Okay, it's over there. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't gone. I'm not getting notified that you're live, and at my age causes my memory to run a few hours behind. Check, make sure you're still subscribed, Larry. Because sometimes it'll unsubscribe you somehow there are some people who've had trouble with that. You might want to go click on this, just click on the unsubscribe and re-click on it and hit the notification bell again. Sometimes that helps. I think it's your fault. I can understand that, Larry. I can see why you would. Mean old Larry. Being a patriot and all. That wouldn't surprise me none. Wouldn't surprise me none at all. I would not be surprised at all. This last week I did get in here and start working on some stuff that's kind of stacked up around here for a good many months. I ordered a bunch of parts yesterday and the day before. Things have been sitting around here for a while. But that's right. Everybody's having a good day. I hope friends who are sarcastic are 300% more honest than those who aren't. No, they're not. I'm serious. You know how I like to. My wife does not like my sarcasm. I went back and watched last week's live and I wanted to throw my name on the list for the full rap bars. Oh my word. Hopefully one of these days we're gonna get to doing some of that, Jeffrey. If you believe in the original meaning of the U.S. Constitution, yeah, it's your belief in the original meaning of the U.S. Constitution. Yeah, I know how that goes. It's funny how things are anymore, isn't it, Larry? Rocket Rooster. Hey guys, how's everything going? Good to see you, buddy. Miko. I'm from Finland, buddy. Yes, they are. My wife is getting better after 21 years of continuous. Oh, I hope it don't take 21 years. William DeBerry. Hi, Bellhopper. Welcome to the channel. Any first timers, True Blues. Thanks to the supporters and the moderators. Thank you, William. You rock, buddy. And that's not being the current view of what the world powers want. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Good to see you too. Hope everything's going well for you. We've had a little bit of a time here over the last month or so, but we're still making it. Been trying to explain to my 10-year-old son that mommy doesn't think our sarcasm is funny. Yeah, and it's hard because kids think things is funny, but when mommy don't have a sense of humor, it kind of detracts from them. Smitty, y'all, Smitty just threw the super chat up there. Hello, everybody. What's up, Smitty? Good to see you, buddy. Hope y'all doing well. Hope y'all doing good. Working on a water pump. Uh-oh. I don't like putting water pumps on. I put a Blue Million them things on. I guess it depends on what it's on too. Yeah, it's funny how we're getting big to the 80s. Big hairband, Dukes of Hazzard, pinto beans with no ketchup. You shut up, Larry. I put pintos in, or ketchup in my pintos when I was a kid too. I've done it my whole life. So yeah. The world's going normal again. First one myself. What's it on, William? There are some, like some Dodge Diesels and stuff like that. They're pretty simple. You take the belt off, take the pulley off, 4 bolts, it comes right off. Then you got other ones that's like you have to disassemble the whole thing, take timing belt off. I see that at work men can endure and also return a wisecrack with humor. The less mature ones aren't confident enough to find it funny. Yeah, that's true, William. I'm gonna go out on a limb here, but I think y'all will probably side with me. You're going woke on us. Not sure we can handle it. Yeah, Larry. Yeah, that's probably not gonna happen. Changing a Civic head gasket right now. I like chainsaws better. Yeah, me too. Jet pump for the house. Okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. You just gotta prime it when you're done. When you get all the pipes hooked back up and everything, on a jet pump, there's a bolt in the top of the casing where the impeller's at, and you have to pour it full of water and then screw the cap back on for the pump. And make sure you don't forget to put the foot back on if you got the lines out. And another thing, if your water just stopped and you're changing the pump and you're not sure if the pump was bad, if the foot on the bottom of the line fails, the pump won't work either. Just so you know that. Marty, beautiful day on the East Coast, that's right. All right, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. This craze against hazing and things like that started happening a long time ago. Dennis, what's up, buddy? I'm not for all-out mean hazing, but teasing younger people in the workplace should be a common practice. And I know some people take things too far. When I first started as a technician in other places, the older technicians used to they would pick on us and aggravate us and stuff like that, and send us to do things that they knew we couldn't do, find things that they knew we couldn't find. Now, I never fell for the sending me to find something that I couldn't find, but I had some of them try to give me stuff that I couldn't do. And unbeknownst to them, I was smart enough to figure most of it out, so I didn't have that much trouble. I got everything I ever got tasked with fixed. There's Mama Hopper. Hello, dear. Hope you're getting everything took care of real good. Youngins seem to be doing pretty good so far. Behind every angry woman is a confused man that has no clue what he is doing wrong. That is 100% true. That is 100% true, Miko. See, sometimes we get in trouble and ain't got no idea what we done. We tell a joke and it's supposed to be funny, but it makes them angry. Like, all you had to do was laugh. You're stupid. Okay. Say, I know I'm an idiot sometimes. You don't have to tell me. Oh, mercy. I'm being very quiet right now. Waiting on some more comments. Anybody got any questions today? We can try to answer some. Hey, I guess we could start a segment called Stump Hopper with questions or something. When I worked in the shop, I had a new guy. I sent him to find the sky hook. He was looking for an hour. What is that, a 710D form? And send him to get a 710D. Or ID. Oh, what is it? There's some numbers that spell idiot. ID 710. I don't remember. I know that one fella I watch that does comedy. He talks about it a lot. I side with you for sure. A little teasing is good. Picking on someone to be mean is not. My definition of woke is that time that follows up. Is that time that follows up 2 cups of coffee at 6 a.m. That's right. Do you have a good fix for a pinhole leak in a black plastic oil tank? Yes, Jeffrey. Soldering iron. If it's just a pinhole, clean it up real good. Take the soldering iron and just kind of go whoop, 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 just kind of back and forth like this over the hole, and you can shut that hole up with a soldering iron. Just don't get too wild with it. You can burn a bigger hole in it. What numbers do you like on the 372 X torque? What was it? It's about, I think it was 80, 119, and 101 or something like that. 119 to 121 or something on that last one I done. It run pretty good. A Mac 1838 AV. I don't know if I've got one. I had some of them Mac 16 something or others. I think it's about the same thing. But yeah, you can mount the hole shut with a soldering iron, Jeffrey. And use zip ties as welding rods if you need to add more material to it. Cannonball! What's up, buddy? There's John Bob. I'm all for riding the young ones. Breeds character, makes them tough. If you treat them kids with gloves, well, end up with a bunch of weak men. That's right. I was laying new water main and got green water in my ditch, like green food color, and water sewer guys were trying to figure out the problem 100 yards down the road from me. That was fun. Ooh, yeah, that's not fun, Smitty. That mud was nasty. That's right. I don't like being in that stuff. And for any of you fellers that's never been in sewer water before, it is not fun. If you think I haven't, well, you'd be wrong, because I have. And I do not enjoy it. I've done a lot of stuff, a little bit of everything. Some things I wished I wouldn't have done. Well, when you have a job and you fix things, well, you fix things no matter what they are. Sometimes it's yucky. Still, MS-271, so much compression, it is very, very hard to start. Cold, no compression button. Any suggestions? They usually don't have that awful much compression, Marty. I would probably look at it a little bit. I'd probably check the compression on it too. I'd probably take the spark plug out and do a compression test and see if it has that much compression, or if there's something could be possibly wrong with the pull starter. And I have had a couple of the 271s, the PTO side crank bearing exploded. So it could possibly be a bearing failure making it hard to start. I ain't saying that is the cause, but I'm saying it is possible. I'd probably do a little diagnostic on it to see if I could figure out whether it was just frictional rotation problems or compression related rotation problems. In my job, brown water isn't always just mud. That's right. True. Very true, John Bob said. That's right. Y'all, the way you respond to somebody picking on you is what builds character. And I got a feeling that I would not be the person I am today if my older colleagues and mentors would not have picked on me in a manner as which such they did. Now, most of them were not mean about it. They were just doing funny things to tease you. And there's nothing wrong with being teased, because sometimes that's what you need. And if it's a little embarrassing, sometimes it does help you learn. Like, if everything's good, you'll never learn anything. But if you get a little bit of embarrassment, you'll remember it the next time. Now, that don't fade. The last thing our military needs is a bunch of weak men signed up. It needs Friday night football kids, martial arts kids, wrestlers, rugby players, and young girls that grew up with brothers. That's right. What's up, B? Stuff that looks like water in my line of work can often explode. Yeah, very low hours on it, but it will run good once started, and when hot, it's much easier to start. That's a good one, Marty. I'm not 100% sure on that one. What kind of oil are you running in it? And does it set for long periods of time? Now, if it sets for long periods of time, some of the steel oil will dry up in the bearings and makes the bearings hard to rotate until they get wet. Hopper, those are words of truth. Some of the hardest lessons I've learned from are the ones I heard about for a week. That's right. And you remember that stuff after that. If they just say, oh, good job, buddy, just try harder next time, well, then you don't think nothing of it if you have no internal drive. Now, some folks have internal drive, and anytime they mess up, they mark it in their own brain. I played cautious most of my career and tried to go easy when I didn't understand something so that I didn't mess it up the first time, because I always like to do it right as I possibly could the first time. And that has negative effects too sometimes, but it has been helpful. My grandfather was a plumber. I watched him dig clay sewer line. When he broke the pipe, a jet of black water shot out over his head and all over him. He kept working. I studied more in school. That's right. Farm boys and girls that know and understand how, and more importantly, why all those soldiers are buried in Arlington. That's right. I have a herd of girls that will whip most. Maybe it's a little lean on the low end. Well, if it's hard to rotate, that's usually something goofy. I have run across a 460 that you couldn't crank it when it was cold, but after you cranked it and run it for a few minutes, it was easier, and you could fill it up with brake cleaner. Well, we filled it up with brake cleaner and let it set for about 30 minutes and washed it out, and then after that it was much easier to start because it had like a bunch of dried oil in the bearings, but it had set for a while. I'm known to have fun with new guys. Recently had a guy that couldn't run a shovel. I tossed him a spoon, told him he should be able to go faster with it. Have you tested the new Steel 400? I ported one 400 Miko and made a clutch for it and put a 325 bar and chain on it. I probably got a 562 case for the 555 I got. Headed home from the shop now to start the rebuild. Did you get the whole bottom NB? If you didn't, you're going to have some issues. There are a few differences, which I told you at one live feed. A restraining order is just a piece of paper. Teach the girls to use pew-pews. That's right. What's up, Chris? Good to see you, buddy. I pray daily that our country is headed back to the way it was the day after 9/11, but I fear the courts will get in the way. Yeah, I got everything from middle down. Okay, so you got the crank stuffers, you got the oil pump drive pinion and all that stuff. Because the oil pump drive pinion from a 555 and 562 are different. Because crank's longer on a 562 on the PTO side. Dave, what's up, buddy? Hello, I'm late. Yeah, but you're here, and that's what matters. Good to see you. I got case, crank rod, bearing, flywheel, coil. Well, the flywheel, the coil, that'll work. The girls are in there watching TV and playing. Mama's at the barn. Oh shoot, I don't have the oiler. The oiler's the same, B. You got to have the drive pinion, the oiler drive pinion, because if you can put the 555 oiler on the 562, it fits right on it. The clutch and all fits right on it, but the drive pinion is like this thick on a 555 and like this thick on a 562. So when you put the oiler pinion in there for a 555 and put the clutch on it, it will not engage the dogs to spin the oiler. Yeah, the worm gear. It's called most of the parts manual is called a pinion, but yeah, it's the worm gear that spins the oiler. You have to have one for 562 because the crank's longer and the clutch sets out a little farther because cases are wider. Still offered new 400.1 on market, brand new version of 400. Okay, I've only had like one or two 400s in here, Miko, so I ain't seen the new one. Okay, enough of the two-stroke talk. What's for supper? I don't know, Larry. We ain't talked about it. Okay, so I need to get a 562 worm gear. Got it. Yeah. Make sure you get one of them, and the reason I know that is because when I built mine and put it all together, the oiler didn't work, and when I started investigating why the oiler didn't work, yeah, that was the reason. But I did manage to take a washer and weld some little tabs on a washer, and I hand ground them, and I got it jammed up in there with a bushing so that it would spin the oiler so I could run it the day I got it put together until my pinion come in. Yeah, I didn't like that because when I got it put together, I really wanted to run it. So I had to make do with what I had. Hey, the fella at the shop told me not to unplug the carb from the computer where it could have issues with not tuning. What are your thoughts? I've never had that problem, B. I mean, I've unhooked a good many of them. I've never had any problem with that. Now, I mean, you can't unhook it and try to run it, no, but I mean, just taking it apart and putting it back together, you shouldn't have any problems. And some of them won't actually unhook all the way. Some of them is one wire, you have to cut a wire. Like when you pull the carb box and stuff off, there's a black wire in there, and I think that black wire is lengthened. It's kind of hard to, I can't remember 100%. It's been a good little while since I did it. Two-stroke is what's for supper. That's right. How do you wake up daily and the first thing you do is thank the Lord for another day and be what's my meal plan for the day? That's right, Larry. I got up this morning at 10 to 4 and I got hungry like 6 o'clock, and we finally eat breakfast late today because Mama and them were still asleep. I've only eaten once today. Well, I did eat a sandwich right before the live feed because I was starting to get a little hungry. Again, this is the very first 500 series I've ever worked around. I'm a 300 guy. That's right. How do you feel about the 400C being discontinued? All right, I built a 400C and I built several 462s. And my honest opinion is, I don't see any point in the 400 because it ain't but like, what, 1.6 pounds lighter than the 462, and the 462 is like 3 times the horsepower. I mean, that's the way I feel about it anyway, because I ported a 400 and it just didn't perform. It don't perform nowhere near like a 462 does. And there's virtually no weight savings on it at all. I mean, it's not a noticeable difference if you hold each one in your hand. Virgo, what's up, buddy? I mean, if I was going to spend that kind of money, I'd just get a 462. I wouldn't go with 400. Because the 462 makes way more power. My 365 Farm Tech saw stopped running this week. It has fresh fuel, spark, compression, but will not make a pop. Can a saw go off? It's time. If the flywheel key strips, it can go off East Coast. But it usually will do something goofy. I mean, you can spin the flywheel around and see where top dead center is versus the flywheel magnets, and the piston should be at top dead center about the time the magnets cross the coil. Chipotle it is. Mama's at the barn right now, Larry, so I don't know what she wants. I haven't seen them, B, that I can remember. Uh, Anybody who messaged me for a while, I accidentally turned my notifications off to my text messages because I was on a thread that I was getting a bunch of messages from, and I went and tried to silence it, and instead of silencing it, I silenced the whole text message thing. And it took me several days to figure that out. So I missed a bunch of texts, and I've tried to catch up on messages, but I had a bunch of them. A bunch of them. Hi, Water. What's up, buddy? You're getting Chipotle. Enjoy it. Now, if we go to Chipotle, Larry, there's an Arby's like right across the street. I go over there after Mama gets her Chipotle. Okay, I'll text you again. Yeah, I eat at Chipotle twice, Larry, and their food is just not for me. They put cilantro and garlic and stuff, and I just don't like the taste of it. Yeah, the 462 has good power to weight ratio versus the Husky 572. It does. It does. It really does. I mean, y'all hold on a second. I hear young and hollering. And make sure they kill each other. Are y'all playing or crying? Hey. Are you playing or crying? Playing? Okay, she just stuck. Alright, help her get unstuck now. Okay. I'm back. Little girl's in her walker and she got stuck. She got stuck in the hallway and she was hollering for Sissy to come and get her. That's right. Okay, people, while he's gone, 372 or 7310? 372. If that's a 372 Husky, I would go with that over a 7310 Dolmar. If that's the question. It's not about you, my friend. It's about suffering for your wife and enjoying it. Why? I can take her and get what she enjoys, Larry. I can drive right across the street and get what I enjoy. That way we're both happy. At the Screen Smile, what's up, buddy, from New Zealand? Good to see you, buddy. I do the same. Mrs. gets Chipotle, I'll go across the street and get a burger. That's right. 372 all day. I like the Huskies better. Wood Love, what's up, buddy? I do like the Huskies better than the 3710 Echo. They're lighter. I feel when I compared the weight on, it feels like the 372 is lighter, and they make more power. Like when you poured a 7310 and you poured a 372, the 372 makes more power. At least it feels like it to me. Bellhopper, you might know I swapped my rear leaf springs for a 1.5 lift, more capacity, but have a vibration at low speed now. Should I have gotten alignment after? You can measure between your tires, Chris. You can take a measuring tape, pull up in your yard or up in your driveway as flat as you possibly can and straight as you possibly can. Measure from the front tire to the back tire as close to the center as you can get. Matter of fact, if you measure up from the ground, put you a white mark on each tire and then measure it. You can tell if your tracking is off on your differential, like whether you got the rear end cocked sideways or not. Depending on your springs, you might want to check the pinion angle. Sometimes them aftermarket springs that raise them, if it's a spring kit that raised it, can set the pinion angle goofy, and the U-joint will bind a little bit. At 1.5 inch lift, I wouldn't think that would be the case, but I would look at it because some of them do hit sometimes, depending on what it is. Yeah, you can measure the dog tracking with a measuring tape. So what you do is you'd go around the vehicle and measure like 12 inches up on the tire or whatever If you've got a 30-inch tire, go 15 inches, put a white mark on all 4 tires, and then have somebody hold it right at the edge of the tire and measure to the back of the other tire. And so you get 119 inches, go to the other side, do the exact same thing. If you're around 118 and 5/16 to 119 and a quarter, you're probably fine within a ½ inch back and forth either way. Well, quarter inch either way as well, not ½ inch, ½ inch total, like one way or the other. But if it's off a good bit, sometimes you can loosen the leaf springs and knock one forward or knock one backwards. That will help you, because more than likely if you took it to an alignment shop, they might would do it, they might not. Just depends on the shop. 372 XP make lots of power when ported. That's right. I like it when y'all have some of these questions, make me think about stuff from back in the day. For some people don't know, I used to build 4-wheel drive off-road vehicles back years ago as well. I done that for a while. Not professionally, but for fun. I had a 84 F-150 and we did a lot of work to that thing. If you want a lightweight solid good power, look brand new 400.1. I'll see if I find somebody's got one of them around here, Miko. Years ago, I bought an 84 F-150, had 31 5s on it. We pulled that thing in the shop, and I set it on jack stands under the frame with the suspension hanging down because I was going to change the axles. And now remember, it was hanging with 31 50s on it. When I got done with the suspension, we went to put a Dana 60 under the rear end with no tires on it and had to jack the truck up off the jack stands to put the rear end under it. That's how far down we went with the suspension. You can put the clutch in my tractor for me. That's right. We probably could, Smitty. We could probably do it one night if we tried real hard. 562 Mark II can get improved, or muffler gets most of the game. Oh yeah, M5 series like muffler mods a lot. Do all J-Red 2165s have the closed port top end like the 365 special? As far as I know, Benjamin, they do. I've never seen one that didn't. I just did a head gasket on my 1946 Farmall. Is that a flat head B or is it a overhead valve? I think the 46 Farmall was overhead valve, wasn't it? Cam and block overhead valve, a push rod. No overhead. You ever ported in 2-stroke dirt bikes before, Bellhopper? If so, any advice on the numbers game? I have done some port work on some dirt bikes, would love, but I didn't do any numbers on it. Most of it was gasket matching, putting the piston in and going up and marking the cylinder and flattening the port where it would where it wasn't exactly square from the factory, like the port would be kind of slanted, widening the ports a little bit. But we never had any numbers on. Back then we didn't, and I would say we done some porting on some go-kart stuff, but it was 4-stroke, and there's no time and numbers on them as far as port work goes. It's just bigger is better, and smooth and transitional flow. Levi. Yes, it's over my head. Sorry, confused on my part, dude. No, I asked 2 questions at the same time, B, and you answered both of them. I had an 84 F-150, 4 6-cylinders, 306. It was 30-inch mudders with a 10-foot steel flatbed, best wood truck I ever had. No, yeah, mine had a a 302, or somebody actually put a 289 in mine whenever I got it. And I pulled the 289 out of it because it was blown up, and I built a 302 and put in it, and didn't notice somehow that the block had a crack in it, and it was burning water. So while it was doing that, I built a 351 Windsor, decked the block, used high performance 289 heads, bowl hogged them, put 190 intake valves and 160 exhaust valves, the stainless Manley valves. I cut the heads and put the Teflon positive lock seals on the valve guides, and I put APR studs in it with guide plates for the push rods, and put a lower base circle roller cam in it, and used the lifters from the Triple X block that come out in the mid 90s. So I had roller lifters and a roller cam, and I put some old crane roller rockers on. I think they were 1.6 GM crane roller rockers on it. Had to drill the bolt holes in the head because anybody that's ever built small block Fords, a 289 and a 302 run smaller head bolts than a 351 Windsor. But the head and the gasket was about the same, but the bolts was bigger for the 351. So if you put 289 or 302 heads on a 351, you had to drill the bolt holes bigger. But I used to be able to do all that work. My uncle had a machine shop right down here where we built engines, and we done a lot of stuff, and I built a lot of my own engines whenever he was still around and had the shop open. Inline 4-cylinder, mine is still hard to crank, no start, battery on. Do ignition system stuff. Go clean the points and stuff in it. If it's got a magneto, overhead valve or overhead cam. It's overhead valve, Benjamin. It's OHV. It's got valves in the head and push rods. It's cam and block. If that makes. The cam's in the block, and it's got a set of push rods that go up, and the rocker arms are on top of the valves. There's no replacement. There's no replacement for displacement. That's right. We had a rough time going up to Virginia. We had a 2 before. Then we had to put a spare tire on them. Finally wound up buying a tire. Oh, good heavens, Levi. Well, y'all made it. That's the main thing. Yeah, overhead valve. I used to pull hung up trees down with the Torquey 6. That's right. Weird typing my own name. Oh, fellow Ben. That's right. No hopper, it starts just fine. I meant no starter, it's hand crank only. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, I had a Farmall A, and I worked on that rascal. I done some engine work on it, done the ignition system. I don't remember whether it was a magneto or a distributor. I think it was a distributor with points in it. And I got everything worked on it, and it actually had a starter on it, but you could just bump the starter and it would fire out. Oh, I was playing with the primer bubble just so y'all know. You could just bump the starter and it would fire right up, and it actually had a hand crank. And I said one day I was going to try it, and sure enough, I could set the ignition on that rascal, put the throttle about a quarter throttle, pull the choke on, put the hand crank in there, and give her just a little whoop. That sucker would fire right off. I mean, there was no problem cranking it at all. That's what mine is. It's in mine has a magneto. That may have had a magneto in it. It's been almost 30 years. Hopper, my oldest, is driving to Disney World tonight, so I gave her your number. You're on call until she gets to Florida. All right, Larry. Tell her if she needs me, text me. Text me first, because I don't answer a lot of calls that I don't recognize. But if she texts me, if she's got a problem, she texts me. I'll go get her. I mean, if she makes it all the way to Florida before she has trouble, I mean, I still go get her, but it will take me. It takes me about 7 hours to get to the top of Florida. My carb needs work. Takes 20 cranks to get it going from the carb leaking so bad. Them shouldn't be too hard to figure out, B. That's right, Larry. You know I'll do it. I'll take care of it. Have car wheel travel. I put it in the wind. I throw a bottle of water and some. I'm listening to young. I throw a bottle of water and a sandwich in the car and I head out. Cap is wrapped. I have to flatten it. Oh, the cap's warped. Them things can be a real pain. Gonna run it on a wet stove for a few seconds and see if that works. Wet stone. I appreciate it. Ain't no problem, Larry. Little girl's in there giving Sissy a hard time. When I first read that, I was like, a wet stove? What's a wet stove gonna do? And I was like, oh, that's a wet stone. My spelling is just killing me today. It's okay, B. I'm pretty good at deciphering. Just sometimes I have to read it a time or two before I get it figured out. Steel 361 or Husky 357? 357. I've ported both. And the 357 really, really comes to life whenever you do one of those. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. I ported 361s and they are lovely saws. I like a steel 361. But if you do the port work on a 357 right, you can put a 16-inch ball on that son and push as hard as you want to, and you ain't going to stop it. It'll cut just as much as you can shove down his throat. Sounds like you're abusing them youngins again. The little girl was in there going, ah, ah. She does that at Sissy sometimes. Saws are hot. Evening, y'all, from the piney woods of deep East Texas. How you doing, buddy? There's Dave Carberry. What's up, Hopper? Thawed out taco meat turned out to be petite filet time to fire up the grill. Petite filet. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's even more better, right? You're good at figuring out what I'm trying to say. I have been a mechanic or technician almost my entire life. And I have had people explain to me things that you would not believe, and I have to try to figure out what they mean. And I've gotten pretty good at it from years of practice. Robert, hello everyone. I hope y'all will. Hope you're doing good too, buddy. Tom, what are you doing, Tom? Good to see you, buddy. I'm making the 357 over the steel. Yeah. And y'all, when I answer these questions, don't take it the wrong way. I don't predominantly pick Husky over steel because I'm a Husky fan and not a steel fan. I take any Husky over steel, honestly, even if the Husky don't run. That's what B said, not me. Y'all, I'm not. I mean, I like the Huskies. Don't get me wrong, I do like them, but I do like the steels too. I've had several 661s, 291s, 460s, 461s. I've got a 192. I had a 192, 193 rear handle, a 020 rear handle. I got a 462. Now I won't sell my 462. I like mechanic better than technician. It's more old school. That's right. That's right. Lord, well, that was a workout. Just put my socks on. Think I need longer socks. Yeah, the 461 is a fun saw. I just don't want anybody thinking I just primarily picked the Huskies. There are certain saws there are certain saws, depending on the question, is what the answer you're going to get. Like if you ask me the best all around saw, I'm usually going to say a 372. Yes, I have ported 576 and 575, Benjamin, and they do make good power. Levi's pure husky, man. I like any saw that runs hard, lasts long, and responds well to modification, no matter who makes it. That's right. 046 and 075, all them steels are zero. Yep. Like if you ask, don't be fooled, people. He's an anti-steel. Larry, the primary saw I run is a steel, and now I got a 261 because Paxton brought me one the other day. But before I bought my Echo 361P, my two main saws that I ran are steels. I ran the 193 rear handle and the 462. Like if you called me and said, Hopper, I need you to come out and cut trees, I was going to show up with a steel. My preference for saws is I like the 372, and I do. But when I built my 462, the amount of power that my 462 makes versus the weight of it compared to a 372, it's lighter and it has more power. Back on the road driving. We'll be in about 45 minutes if you're still on. That's right. I like McCulloch's, Huskies, Echoes, Pioneer Poems. That's right. The Huskies are easier to work on. That's right. The reason, like B's situation, he lives up in Alaska where there's not a whole lot of resources sometimes. So for him to have a 462 steel that's M-tronic would not make as much sense as having a 372, because even if the steel doesn't give any mechanical problem, it still needs a piston in it on regular intervals, because the piston wears in a 462 because it's a big heavy piston and it wears, and it needs to be replaced sooner than a 372 or 371 Husky. I have actually had a 371 brought in here that had so much ring wire in it that it would not run anymore. And the cylinder and the piston were still okay. I actually put rings on it and put it back together. It had been run so much the back of the trigger was worn off. So I had to put rings in it and had to put a trigger in it so that it would pull the throttle cable all the way. I'm calling him out for being a Husqvarna lover. Cannot work on steel, but a Husqvarna I can work on. That's right. I like all chainsaws as long as someone else has used them. You got to admit, Levi, that's pretty funny. I like all chainsaws as long as someone else has used them. Oh, mercy. Now, you can't get no exercise like that, Larry. Larry, like, I don't want no exercise. But most of the jobs that I do now, I run a 462 and I run an Echo. And I did that one that I got my arm the other day where I fell in that pine tree. I was actually using my 020 AV steel, or not 020 AV, but my 020, whatever the 020 is. It's like the 200T. 462 really gains that well, huh? Yeah, it does. I mean, you can do some crazy, crazy stuff on them, Benjamin, and they really, really like it. My old Big Clinton was like that. Just had to re-ring it, and now and then. That's right. What's up, Johnny? My weekend of work. Popping in to say hello. Good to see you, Johnny. Hope you're doing well, buddy. I grew up with steel home light, but I got to say I really like my Huskies. I do. I do, too. How dare you call me fluffy? I'm just plump. I didn't call you either one, Larry. But one thing I did figure out, Larry, you know, when you heat things up, they get larger. So I think we're just really hot. That's what it is. We're just really hot. Yeah. Saul said, well fed. We're well fed. I just got done with a steel the other day. By the way, I got to ship it off next week. I built an 064 for a fella that has an 066 top end on it. Had to go all the way through it, crank bearings, crank seals, strip bolt holes, rewrap the handlebar. I done some work on the pull start cover. I showed y'all that on the live feed last week, I think, or week before, where I'd painted the pull start cover. Made a real nice one. What do you think about the 441? I've had 3 or 4 of those, Benjamin. And it's kind of like this. I actually enjoyed running the 441. I don't feel the same way about working on them because they are cumbersome to put together. If you don't remember exactly how to put it together, you'll wind up taking it back apart once you're about done putting it together, because there's one piece on there that goes from the carb box all the way around toward the flywheel side, and you have to put it on at a specific time. And if you don't, you can't put it on after you put other stuff on. But I had the M-Tronic 441, and I had the regular carburetor 441. I ported several of them, and I actually enjoyed running them. I thought they made pretty decent power. I truck bed liner for wrap handles. We've been using bicycle wrap, Tom. Overcomplicated. Yeah, some things are overcomplicated, Saul, that's for sure. You ever work on 2-stroke outboard motors? I have worked on a few high water. No, I'm not good at it. Matter of fact, I got one sitting out there. If I ever get enough money to buy my boat, one of my buddies has got an old boat he's holding for me until I get the money to pay for it. And I'm hoping to get it running so we could actually go out on the lake some this summer. Things just ain't been working in my way, in my favor. But I'm still digging. We'll get it eventually. The controls on the 2-stroke boat motors are a little bit goofy because they move the ignition so much. That's kind of weird. I never have understood that one. Yes, Larry, I know. I would like to have the helicopter first, but I ain't found a helicopter for $800. Of course, I ain't found $800 to buy the $800 boat either. But eventually I will. I guess I could just pay him a little here and there until I get. Of course, I still got to pay off the refrigerator. Yeah, the refrigerator seemed to be more important than the boat. I think we needed it worse. I got an emergency here. Uh-oh. What is it, Larry? Can we help you with it? Just stand there, Larry. It'll come back. Everybody send in a saw for repairs. This man needs a boat. Can't go out with my belt on. Oh, mercy. You got to whip it, Larry. Just go like that and catch it as it comes around this side. Then you can pull it down. Or stand up against the wall. That's the way I put my bracelet on. Family Master, what's up, buddy? Just got here. Hello, all. Oh, mercy. Every man needs a boat. Hence why I need the boomerang. Well, that's, I ain't big on spending lots of money on stuff like that, but I think the wife and the kids would enjoy going out on the lake. I don't mind riding around on the boat either. I kind of enjoy it. Uh, I'd like to be able to take them out on the lake, maybe go swimming or something like that during the summertime. Uh, and like I say, a buddy of mine, I was working on his boat and it had some issues, and he decided just to go get him another one. And he said, "You know anybody that wants it?" I said, "What do you want for it?" And he told me $800. And I was like, "Well, if you ain't in the hurry for the money," I said, "I'll try to get it up and get it from you." He said, "It'll be yours when you're ready." And I done some trading and support work, and I got a Yamaha motor, and it's actually sitting outside to put on that boat if I can get it and get everything straightened out. Them youngins is, I try to listen to them. They don't understand that I can actually hear them while I'm out here. And I can hear if they're fighting or playing. Raina's a sassy little rascal. Trying to think, how did I do that? You can throw it over your back too, Larry. My bishop had a boat called named Out on Calls. There you go. So he could say, "I'm going out on calls." I have a feeling the young one's going to be a handful. Yes, Larry, she is already something. She is saying words. What kind of repairs does the boat need? It's got an old 150 Mercury on it, Robert, and the pistons are wore slam out in it, and it doesn't run good. I put a crank seal and an ignition on it a while back, and it had a leaking head cover, and I replaced the head cover and the head gasket, and that's how we found out it was wore out. Uh, it could probably be pulled down and rebuilt. The pistons are about $600 for a set of pistons, and like I say, I got a 100 horse Yamaha, and I figured that's all we need. We don't need to go fast. We just need to go out there and play around a little bit and jump off the back of it and get in the water and climb back out. Yeah, that's the thing, Jeffrey. They're fun till you have to work on. Better off with the Yamaha. I do like Yamaha engines. Of course, I never had that much trouble out of the Mercuries either, but I never really worked on a Yamaha boat motor a whole lot. There's always been Everscrews or Johnsons or Mercuries. Did work on a Volvo one time. It was an inboard. Working on boats is the most relaxing hobby. Yeah, if it just depends. If you drop something down in the stupid rascal, that's when it gets annoying. Yeah, the Japanese stuff it usually is reliable. That's one thing I do like about it. They have a lot more engineering technology than some of the stuff that we used for years. You must not have your wife and kids hollering at you while you are working. Well, Chick-fil-A for dinner, which I don't like, but my youngest wants to see how it's done, Hopper. Well, that's fine, Larry. I take mine wherever they want to go. I get them exactly what they want. And then on the way back, I stop wherever I want and get what I want. Of course, if it ain't Chipotle, I'll eat just about anywhere except there. But I did try it twice, Larry, so don't give me a hard time. I tried twice. I thought the first time maybe they just had a bad day, but the second time I realized that's the way the food tastes. Still have pride in engineering. That's right. I like Kohler and Briggs and Stratton Honda engines. Yep, Yamaha outboards are the best there ever was. Well, that's good to know, Highwater. Yeah, Mama loves that place. Well, what's horrible about that, Larry? I do go with her to Chipotle, Larry. I drive her there, sit in the parking lot while she goes in and gets her food. And if she wants to go in and eat, I'll stop and get mine first, eat it in the car, and then go in with her and sit there while she eats inside. I just can't eat it. Now, if she wants to go to Salsaritas, I can do that. Because Salsaritas make good food. Oh, mercy. Now I know why you tell me your cast iron skillet is dense. She broke my cast iron skillet on my head. Oh, I did something yesterday. I made me and Mama a matching pair of wedding rings yesterday, y'all. Yeah, Chipotle isn't fantastic. No, it's not. I mean, I guess if you took their food and washed it and put some salt on it and put it back on there, it'd probably be good if you could get some of that flavor that they put on it off. Because I'm one of them people that cilantro tastes like dish soap to me. I do not like it. But yesterday I stopped for a little bit and made me and Mama a set of matching wedding rings, and she really liked hers, I think. So I'll zip it. You both have horrible taste in good food. Never had Chipotle. I drive by it every day. Stop one day and try it, high water, and come back and let us know what you think. If you like cilantro and onions and garlic, you'll probably like it. If you don't, you won't. I do not like cilantro. I don't. Oh, here's my wedding ring I made. It's a lot like my thumb ring, only smaller. By a lot. my my wedding ring will fit inside my thumb ring. Authentic Mexican food don't taste like that, Larry. I got I got a bunch of Mexican buddies I used to hang out with, and they made Mexican food all the time, and their food was good. And it tastes absolutely nothing like Chipotle. Or are you talking about salsaritas? Phenom, God bless, protect you, Bellhopper, and your loving family. Thank you, Phenom. Good to see you, buddy. Now cash out those diamond rings. Listen, bub, I'm 1.5% Mexican. I know this. Well, it's like I said, anybody can go and buy their wife a new wedding band. How many husbands out there can just make her a new one? And, you know, it might not be as valuable as one that you go to the store and buy, but, when you make it yourself and somebody says, "Where'd you get your wedding band?" And you say, "My husband made that for me and made him one that looks just like it." Then, that's kind of like making your own birthday card for somebody. It means more when you make it yourself. He started, I ended. You've been way too much around over people. Now that's love. That's right. Some people see it as being cheap. I don't really see it as being cheap. I see it as it's something that I made. So, it's something that you can cherish because I didn't just go out and buy it and somebody else made it. I made it myself. I had my hands on it. I took raw stock and started from raw stock, cut out the blank, cut the little lines and stuff in it, sanded it, scotch brighted it, took it off, parted it off, hand fitted it, worked the edges of it down, took it over to the buffer, buffed it with the polishing wheel, then took it to the polisher wheel and polished it till it was really shiny and mirror finished, you know. So I made it from start to finish from just raw material. And to me, when somebody makes me something, that means more than if they just buy me something. I didn't realize how much smaller it is than my thumb ring until I just done that, though. My thumb ring is huge. Oh, mercy. Come on. It cut my, sorry, y'all, it cut my chat off again. They destroyed my marriage as well as my wallet. Don't let me know. Don't tell me no lies, Larry. Listen up, El Cheapo. Stop making stuff spin that moldy. You telling the truth, Larry? You lying to me? He's pulling your leg, Levi. Now they might have destroyed his marriage. I will admit to that. They probably did, because horses have a way of destroying people's lives, especially if one of the people involved is not into them. So I now have two daughters that burn through my money showing quarter horses. You always bring them down here and leave them, Larry. Then they couldn't get to them. Your mama go out there and pet them for you. Oh, mercy. I don't know what we're going to do for supper tonight, though, Larry. I don't have any idea. Firebug, what's up? I can't buy my Corvette until I get out of college. That's why I'm bitter, old fat man. I love logging with my draft horses. That's right. I like to watch them draft horses pull. Of course, Mama's been looking at them here and there and everywhere, and I said, I might get me a longhorn steer to ride. Whoever doesn't know, there are two kinds of horse owners, rich and poor. That is a 100% true statement, Jeffrey. And I am not the first one, I can tell you that. Lighting saws on fire again. Did you light another on fire? Now I'm going to Chick-fil-A, then to see Minecraft the movie. I've heard it's a good movie, Larry, but I ain't seen it. I probably will at some time or another. Oh, mercy. If it isn't powered by fuel, I'm not riding it. Get you a big draft mule to ride and pull logs with. That would be, I just hook a log behind it, just pull it all the time, high water, keep me in shape. Max, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Y'all, there's Max the Mac Man. Y'all say hey to him. He's an awesome feller. 54-year-old taking a 15-year-old to see a kids movie. Ain't nothing wrong with Fat Larry. Just came in from Mike Holla. That's right. When Boo was little, she used to come over and hand me a telephone. She was little and I'd answer it. She said, Daddy, I want to do your makeup. I'm like, all right, go ahead. Paint my fingernails. I've had my fingernails painted. I've had my toenails painted. I've had makeup, lipstick put on me. It don't hurt my feelings none. I spoil my youngins. I ain't gonna lie, I do. I even went to church with my toenails painted. Mama said I put in an application for a draft mule, but I didn't get it though. That's right. If it has a mind of its own, I'm not getting on it. I'm too fat and old to get thrown off by an animal. We share that same sentiment, Larry. I figure if it's gonna kill me, I should at least be in control of it. Carlos Yu, hi from Los Angeles. And yes, I like chainsaws. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Y'all, there's Carlos. He's from LA and he likes chainsaws. That's the way we understand that, Carlos. Y'all got some nice trees out there up there up north from you. One of these days, I hope to get out there and see some of them big rascals. I've done it all. I've done all that as well. I even taught myself how to braid hair after the divorce. That's right. Firebug says, what part of LA you in, Carlos? Have you seen Bodie's video on the Steel 162 personally? I think it's good for target practice. I haven't seen it, Benjamin. I hadn't watched a lot of them videos lately. I've been on the 48 hours kick, watching unsolved crime, stuff like that. Y'all, Max just threw the super chat up there. Thank you, buddy. That does help us out a lot. If y'all want to know how much the super chats help us out, if it hadn't been for that payment this month, I would have not been able to pay the car insurance. And it come just a couple of days before it was due, and I was like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, buddy. My daughter braided my hair when I was asleep. She was about to put candles in it when I woke up. I don't know, Larry. I ain't heard or seen nothing from him at all. Very nice. That's right. It's got to be the most miserable toy saw that runs on gas ever. They got a 151 as well, Benjamin. Is it smaller? I don't know that much about them. Born in West LA, where the beach fires were, now near downtown LA. Okay. I don't know that much about LA. I know a little bit about it, but not much. High water, how can you sleep through that? Thank you so much. That's right. Love you, McCulloch. Has been good to me. You have too. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. We love you too. Yeah, MO Max saws. I let Paxton take that little one there, Max, the other day, or Paxton took my little 182 or big 182. He wanted to get it running, so I seen it with him. He got it running last night. It's an old gear drive. His beard, not his hair hopper. Oh, okay. I just bought the ugliest 394 XP, very dirty, but cylinder and piston are pristine. All right. That'd probably be worth cleaning up, Carlos. Check it, make sure that the intake ain't got a crack in it too, because the intakes are notorious for cracking on the 394s. Look, Larry's still rallying against me. They just wanting love, Bell, those old mics. That's right. Well, I've had it sitting on the shelf for a good while, and Paxton was looking at it, and he was like, you want to try to get it running? I said, just take it home with you and see what you can do. I told him, I said, I figure you'll have it running this evening, and he did. I didn't figure there's a whole lot wrong with it. It was in pretty good shape. What does a running Mac 1010 automatic usually sell for used? The prices on them are very, very wide. Depending on what it looks like, Benjamin, the ones with the really good paint on them sell for more than the ones that are rough looking, obviously. And I've seen them go from anywhere from $75 to $300 or $400. Do you know the Muffin Man? That's right. Mama's trying to get that song stuck in my head. Larry, you forgot to ask him if it's authentic Mexican. My non-running Max outnumber my runners. Yeah, me and you both on that, Max. You're anti-Chipotle, anti-steal. What's next? Anti-shower. Nope, I like taking showers, Larry. It's a Pro Mac 1010 or the older 1010. What's up, Tanton? Good to see you, buddy. The older one. Oh, no chain brake. Hey, y'all, give me a second. I'm going to go check the weather, and I'm going to show you this steel I got put together. So, Larry, quit throwing rocks at me. Oh, mercy. I get stiff when I sit too long. Oh, that gum body got stiff. I did forget to take the medicine. I'm coming. I'm coming back. Oh, set that right yonder. Hold on. Let me see where everything. I need that chair. I got this off Amazon, Max. Like 80 bucks, 89 bucks. It's actually pretty comfortable. Family Master, what's up, buddy? Points and condenser. Intake is broken. I just ordered parts from Mads and Saul shop in Washington. Vacuum and pressure test. We're good. I'm degreasing all the parts, and I just bought a Gray Mills parts washer. It'll help. Dang, Carlos, you actually found an intake? That's not an easy thing to do sometimes. Anything older than a Pro Mac 1010, it's points and condenser. That's right. Is it possible to convert it to a coil? It's possible. It's not real probable. Finding a coil that fits on it, I have not done yet. Sawing the post off and moving it and welding it back on the cylinder, I have done that. That's right. Have a saw start good and run good. After about 15 minutes of running, when it drops back to idle, it keeps stopping. It starts up again, first pull. I would try adjusting the low side on the carburetor just a little bit at the screen. If that don't do it, you might have to go in the carburetor and have a look around. Sometimes they have a trouble transitioning back to the low side circuit and they'll flood a little. You know how it goes. That's where I would start. Sheriff is coming over to watch the girls. That's right. Chip it. Yeah, you can put a chip on one and take the points off of it. Pump side should be buggered up in the carb. I'm sorry I had to. All right, y'all. The one that I showed you the pull starter for the other day, this is it. There's that nice shiny new pull starter that I painted. Here's the muffler mod. I extended the muffler deflector and opened her up. And I opened up that hole too, cleaned it from top to bottom, done the handlebar wrap on it. It's got the max flow filter on it. It only took me 20 minutes to get it. That's right. Is that a Mac Cart emblem on that thing? That's what it is there, Max. It kind of is. Yep, this is the flywheel that Tanton sent me is on this thing. Fancy schmancy. Let's see. I'm going to drop a rag in the floor here because y'all know what time it is. I'm trying to get this rag opened up where I can see if I can catch some oil. I have one of those, a few of those stickers. That's right, Joey's got a few of them stickers. Pizza time. Let's see if old girl will fire up. Now this thing does not have a decomp. What saw is that not a steel, man? It's an 064 flat top with an 066 top end on it. Now the top end was already on it when he sent it to me. He had trouble with it and the coil died. He put a 2-post coil on it. Yeah, no decomp. 3 pulls to get it. Hopefully, this thing is not easy to pull, but it has a tapered pop-up piston in it because I made it. All right. It's drippy. Oh, mercy. It gets so smoky in here, I won't be able to breathe. Pick the oily rag up out of the floor. That way I don't have all that oil laying in the floor. That's one I've been working on. I have went all through that rascal. Sounds great. Very nice. 2 pulls, that's right. Do you think the 066 top is a big performance game by itself? I don't know, Glenn. I've not really run very many 064s in their stock form. So I don't have a real good reference. I know the piston is 2 millimeters bigger. Red Tiller said, hello, everyone. I finally made it. Sounds like a steel, just a little bit less powerful than the Husqvarna. At least we know it oils well. That's right. I didn't know you port Hondas. I port just about anything somebody paid me to do. Oh, mercy. That's right. Yeah. I sent that fella a video of that thing and he was really happy. He said he thought it was gone. He said he thought it was going to be no more. I was like, no, we'll get it. Money talks, BS walks. That's right. You want to have a conversation, it can be expensive. Sometimes, and they are. But that one, I made a tapered pop up and decked the cylinder and set the squish where it needed to be because it wasn't right. So I actually lowered the cylinder down a little bit and done some support work on it. I wound up having to put crank bearings, crank seals. I had to fix 4 or 5 strip bolt holes. The front motor mount was broken too, and I replaced it. I done the handlebar wrap on it, fuel line, cleaned the air filter, rebuilt the pull starter, put a new rope in it, cleaned the spring, greased it. And I fixed the handlebar or the chain brake handle and all that stuff. That sucker had a lot of trouble with it. Building a 101 race saw is a money pit. But she'll be right and tight. That's right. The only bad thing from him changing that coil out, that tack don't work no more. What tack did it have on it? I don't think it's got a red light. Did it have a red light on it, Tanton? I don't think it did. Amen. I'll pour a Kia if you got $10,000. That's right. I have ported some saws that I question. I've done some MS 170s. I've done some 440 Huskies. I've done a 230 something Husky, 41, some MS 250s. What else? There's been some that I've done that I've done a couple of Polands for some people to actually run a couple of the small Polands like the Wild Thing. And they were like, how much is it? I said, it's the same cost as anything else. And they were like, all right, do it. And I'm like, okay. The little red light above the adjustment screws. I didn't think did it have a red light on it, Tanton? Had a 72 Nova built a printed, blueprinted. It had a red light on the tack. Sorry for the caps. Told a boy one night that he asked about the red light, ignored it. The valves ain't floating yet. That's right. Till the valves start floating, we hold her to the floor. It don't actually have the red light on it. It's not a red light, Tanton. It has the place for the light, but it's not been drilled. There's no light on it. That place right above it, it's just a solid place where a hole could be. It's not, there's nothing there. What's the smallest saw you ever done? Probably these things right here. These little 2511 Echoes. I think they are basically the smallest saw that there ever was. They're like 25 cc's. Is there much gains on the 041 AV? I've never ported one of them Fear Gall. Might have done a muffler mod on one, but I've never ported one. Some of them old steels are a royal pain to tear apart. And some of the parts are not easy to get for them. B's back. We still here for a few minutes, buddy. I'm listening to the youngins in there play. I'm trying to make sure they ain't screaming and hollering. They're in there laughing and cutting up. I have a red light additional 64. There you go. I've had one red light saw in here, but the red light didn't work. Any steel's a pain to work on. That's why I like Husky. Well, them old saws like that, I mean, it's not really a pain to work on. There was just so much wrong with that one. I mean, it's been used for years and years and years and years, and it was a pro saw. And I don't mean that it's a manufactured pro saw. I mean it was a professionally used saw, so it was actually used for timber felling. I just finished fixing the Steel 034 AV. Runs pretty good. There you go. See you next time. Have a great day. Thanks. See you at the screen. Appreciate you, buddy. 030, 041 AV are a pain to in the butt to port and disassemble. That's right. Muffler mod it is. Yeah. Just do them. And the muffler mod might not always be easy on them Feargal. Some of them, the mufflers are royal pain in the butt to get off. So check and see how the muffler's made. And, well, if it's real bad, just make sure it's at top dead center. Just drill your hole in your muffler and port it without taking it off. Professional mean man fed his family with it. Size doesn't matter. And see, that's right. Yeah, it was professionally used, not a pro design. I mean, it is a pro design. I would like an 041 AC Super, AV Super. I used to have one of them, but I don't know if it was a Super or not. I don't think I got it anymore. I've sold a lot of saws. If you take a Husky with you, bring two just in case. Don't never go anywhere with just one chainsaw. I don't care what it is. No, he just likes aggravating people, B. Okay. I have to listen occasionally because little girl will fuss at her older sisters, and sometimes it sounds like somebody's being mean, but then you listen and you'll hear her do it over and over and over. Time to go for me. Have a blessed week, everyone. All right, Marty, we'll see you, buddy. Appreciate you, brother. Have a good week. He's a horse feller. Steel battery saw, whoop off. Oh, mercy. Highwater said he got a 041 AV Super, might sell it. Runs good. I never leave my cabin without at least 2 or 3 saws, sometimes because the guy I'm cutting with brings steels and I need to bring a backup saw for the other guy. I'm in Ireland, Highwater. And we can ship it over there, Feargal. It's just dadgum import tax. You can take your most reliable saw out alone and it will show its butt. Bring to it, runs like it was brand new. That's right. Well, got to go, got the pump wired up, wired right, got the plumbing done to get the air out of the line. That's right. Did you fill that impeller case up with water, William? Still junk, still at the shop. Do I keep going? I've got a buddy. I'll talk to you later. All right, Levi. See you, buddy. For small stuff, I bring an Echo Husqvarna 254, Echo 590 for mid-size stuff, and the Poland 5200 for the big stuff. That's right. All right, Levi. We'll see you, buddy. Told my boss we're going to all battery to replace the 2-stroke stuff. I'm cutting back on repairs. That's probably not an untrue statement, Larry. Of course, they do have a lot of battery issues yet. Brian's got a 051 AV and 076 chop saw if you want to pay for the shipping and a few bucks for the saws. The import duty on them is the worst thing over there, Brian. No, I already mentioned this, but Hopper stock, if I can help make it happen this year, let me know. All right, Max, I will. I hadn't had a chance to do anything like securing a venue. And my brother's got a piece of property over here, and I thought about maybe just doing something small over there. But I don't even have the equipment that I need to do it with. Kids are wanting some s'mores. Have a good night, everyone. All right, Jeffrey, we'll see you. They pay 41 an hour going forward. All I'm doing, only pull ropes, weed trimmer, head rewinds. Get electric weed eaters too, Larry. Use the same battery. Bring multiple saws so when I get a chain full, I can grab another and keep going and sharpen at lunch. That's right. Looking for a mini 041. I got a Tidy Echo 620p, new OEM piston and rings if anybody's looking. Them things poured up pretty nice. He's in Ireland. Import too much, yeah. I thought you were putting hopper stock up north. Well, I'm gonna go up there and be with Smitty and them whenever they have their event in July. Because I told him I wasn't sure that we were gonna be able to make anything happen this year. Because I mean, I've barely been able to keep the lights going. It's been rough. We've got some stuff going, lots of stuff, and trying to get as much as I can get done. Skid steer with forks, small tractor with forks and bushing, dump bed, truck. I'd just like to have a small skid steer with a grapple bucket on it. That'd do me a lot of good. Okay, Hopper, I'm going to tear into this 555, 562. We'll keep in touch. Be safe and be kind. All right, B, make sure you use the transfer caps off the 555, B. Don't use the 562 caps if you got any. Yeah, it does. It sucks. I hear Connor is going to be president over there. Max. Y'all, Max just threw the big super chat up there. Y'all thank him. Thank you, buddy. We do appreciate it. I finally got some stuff getting done. I kind of run out of, I've had a rough time. And a lot of things just ain't went well. And I just don't want to tell all of it on here. If I meet you in person somewhere, I tell you about it. But a lot of it, I don't like to bring it on here. Hell, thank you, buddy. We do appreciate that. Love you, buddy. That does help. It does. And, you know, I try to get as much done as I can get done. Sometimes it just ain't here to do. Who else would be better than what? Figure out who else would be better than what you got now. I have been blessed, and McCulloch stuff has blessed me. I know, Max, that's awesome. I need to get some of my Max stuff down and start selling some of it. I don't know why I'm collecting it. I have no idea why. Ireland in trouble, Scotland is gone. Give God 10%, you're a part of the body of Christ. I thank you, buddy. Oh, I did get me a new cross. I bought this the other day. It was like $13 off Amazon. It has scripture on it too. Have you ain't never been in here, have you, Max? I got a good many parts. Wish you well, Bellhopper. I'm taking care of my 96-year-old mom full time in the home. I work pipeline, but I won't leave the house without her. God bless. Thank you, Carlos. Have a good one, buddy. We'll pray for you. We appreciate you. You ain't never been here, Max? I got parts all over the place. I got used parts, some new parts. What do you mean you ain't been invited? You're always welcome. Everybody's always welcome. Well, I can't say everybody. There are a few people who I've kicked out of here. But it wasn't YouTube people normally. It was just bad customers. That they thought they were going to come in here and tell me what I was going to do. And well, if you've ever had me fix something, you know that's not the case. You can tell me what you want, but that ain't always what you get. Does anyone know anything about a Ditson DO 100 from the late 40s? I know they're cool, Red, but I don't know much about them. Yes, junk husky parts all over the place. Yes, they are. Thank you, Fear God. Amazon had for like $13. Just like me, LOL wants me to move there. That's right. I know, just poking fun. I got a few I told you are too stupid to own a chainsaw. That's right. Jeffrey, keep the lights on, brother. Thank you, buddy. Y'all, Jeffrey throw the super chat up there. This past month, it kept the insurance on the cars. I've got a few things going now. I do have some work done. I just ain't picked up. It ain't been picked up, and that weighs on you sometimes when you're small. When you're small business and you buy parts, when they don't come and get it, you got a couple $100 parts out there. It does get a little rough, but thankfully I've not had that much trouble. It's close sometimes, but it usually gets there about the time you need it. But we do appreciate it. Thank you, Jeffrey. Because for just a little bit, you can keep it bright and do one of them talk show things. I understand that money invested, not paid for the work, takes food off the table. It does. Most of the time, it works out pretty good. Sometimes it gets a little tight. I've got tons of Mac stuff in here. Matter of fact, come think of it, I've got a CP 125 over on the shelf I need to get built and put together. I think I got all the parts for it. I bought it off of Allen. And it's still sitting on the shelf. I need to get it put together so I can recuperate some Monet on that thing. Have a blessed time. Thank you, Highwater. We appreciate it, buddy. I've been blessed. I always got what I need when I need it. And I usually do that too, Max. It's usually, sometimes it's close, but most of the time it's there. Because I don't ask for a whole lot. As long as I got enough to keep the family fed, lights and power on, and a little bit of extra for us to go out and eat and stuff. That's all I'm asking for. I don't need extravagance or anything like that. I mean, I know the kids would like it and Mama would too, probably. But I like to live simple. You're welcome to come anytime you want to, Max. It's a test hopper. Faithful men get what they need. That's right. I have apparently passed. And I normally do the same, Max. Every once in a while, like I say, it gets close, but it always seems to work out just good enough. Main thing I try to do is pay for the insurance and keep the lights on. And then I pay the phone bill last. But yeah, I tried this. We don't need an extravagant lifestyle. We don't. I don't need it. I chased money in my early years and I don't chase it anymore. I just try to get enough to pay for everything. And get them a little bit of something to eat. That's the main thing. I don't have nowhere near the parts that you got, Max, but I do have a lot of new Mac stuff. I remember the days before cell phones. I miss them. Yeah, me too. But just remember, I couldn't do this without it because we're doing it on the phone. That's the only reason I really use TV and stuff. Does that mean I shouldn't wait on my monthly profit sharing check? We ain't been sharing the profits with anybody but the power company and the phone company and the insurance people there. I've shared it all with them. Well, on parts, if you want to move them, I can ease your pain, as Jerry Clyer says. If you want to come down sometime, Max, I'll show you everything that I got. And if you're interested in any of it, we can do something. I was telling somebody the other day that I needed to sell off a bunch of stuff. I was telling Paxton. Talking myself into selling is the hard part. I'm not using it, so I need to get shed up and make room for something else. Little girl's in there just talking. I can hear her going, ah. I got several. I've got a good many things. Turkey. Let's do it. It's true. It's turkey season, so I'm not open until June. I understand that. Do you have a ProMax 700 clutch cover you would part with? Are you wanting the flat one, Jeffrey, or are you wanting the one with a chain brake handle? Type too fast, turkey. Did you spell it wrong? Truck. Oh, you did? I didn't even know she spelled turkey wrong, Max. This has to be the worst women's clinic I've ever been to. I'm on a walking trail in Alaska listening to this phone in moderation or good. I'm probably addicted. Yeah, insurance has gone through. That's right. Larry's just picking Max. He's funny. Larry usually comes to events and sees me. Somebody was timing him out years ago when he first got on, and I had to go and tell him personally that me and Larry just pick on each other, that he wasn't really a troll. Because somebody kept timing him out. Remember that, Larry? Either one, mine is breaking out where the bar adjustment screw is. I think the flat ones look neater. Send me an email, Jeffrey. Can somebody throw my email address up there? Send me an email, Jeffrey, and I'll have to look and see if I've got one. There's one running around here somewhere. I got a whole 55 laying over on the floor. So the wife just got back. I need to go help her unload groceries. Later, man. Have a good weekend. All right, Max. We appreciate you, buddy. I'm fixing to get off here in just a minute. We ain't got but about 2 minutes left. Have a good one, brother. We appreciate you. Yeah, I remember I had to get the lawyers involved to get me back on the channel. Oh, mercy. Yeah, because we had some trolls in the beginning. We don't have that many now. They learned that they couldn't come on here and get nothing going on because they get nuked pretty fast. Oh, mercy. She's in there just giving Sissy a hard time. Oh, mercy. That's right. Well, y'all, we just about to the 2-hour mark. Whole barn full of yeller down here. Mike feller, come on. Let me sell mine first, Sauce, and then you can sell your. I need to get rid of my inventory. I've had it for about 4.5 years. Hopper and I bust each other's chops all the time, but at the end of the day, he's my little brother, so he knows to not step out of line. That's right. Larry hits me with stuff. Ain't mine. What's up, Deborah? That's right. Deb and Brian. That's right. Y'all don't forget to click that thumbs up if you ain't. I'm fixing to sign off. I got to go in here and see if I can find something for these youngins. Love you, brother. Love you too, Larry. We have a good time. I like to pick and cut up. God bless. Good night, William. All right, y'all. I'm going to go in here and take care of these youngins. Y'all have a blessed week. Remember, keep your prayer list at the top. Keep us on it. We'll keep y'all on it. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good day. Stay safe. Be kind. Treat each other the way you want to be treated. God bless. Remember, Jesus loves you. So do I. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good week. We love y'all. Going to the movies. Go see Jesus. All right. See you. See you, Larry. See you, Reds. All right, y'all. See you, Brando. Hello, goodbye. Sorry, buddy. What else you need to sell, let me know. I will, Brian. All right, y'all have a good one. Bellhopper out. Bye.